slight change in terms of what you can do now with regards to the financial fair play situation? How positive a step is that? How much of a relief is that?
Yeah, well, look, it's obviously been, frustrating not being able to strengthen the squad under the embargo that we've been, and then finally getting clarification from the EFL exactly what we can do. I think in terms of that is. Of course that changes the landscape a little bit of what I can do and can't do. There's certain conditions and things that we have to adhere to, and not just now but moving forward as well. So obviously that makes things a little bit more difficult for me, but all I can say is that I'll be working as hard as possible to try and strengthen the squad as best as possible under the conditions that we face. But I think it's important, really, we just have to be realistic. I think the Championship's a hard league and difficult league anyway, but obviously under these conditions that makes it a little bit more harder, but one thing I can guarantee is we've been working incredibly well. We haven't lost any focus on the work that we've been doing. The players have been fully committed, given everything this pre-season in preparation for the start of the league, and I'm sure our fans are going to see that. They're going to see that from the first game onwards, that every time a player steps onto that pitch he'll be 100%, and that's what our fans expect, and that's what they're going to see. So we haven't lost any focus at all with everything that's gone on the pitch and the work that we've been doing, and that's most important. But yeah, of course, it's my job now to try and make the best out of the situation with the resources that I have to try and help the team that we already have here.
How essential is it that you do add numbers to your squad?
Again, it's hugely important. It's like every team, that faces, in terms of transfer windows and summers and winter windows. Of course we need to strengthen. We've wanted to strengthen. Obvious reasons we haven't. Now we have an opportunity to strengthen, but in a different way, and obviously in a less way than we would have liked. But yeah, I'll do my best to make sure that I can get the opportunity to strengthen the squad and make the best of that. But the key is to be realistic. It makes it a lot harder, but it's time to move on. Focus on what's in front of us, and that's what we have been doing on the pitch. Has been fantastic, and that's all that really matters to me. If I'm honest with you, at this moment in time, is making sure that the players are ready for the game tomorrow.
What kind of route do you have to go down? Is it perhaps trying to get younger players in on loan from, say, Premier League side, or is it unearthing a gem from the lower leagues?
It's getting a magic wand, and look, it's it is what it is. You have to face up to it, and we'll do our best. We understand the conditions we face and what we have to do. So we'll get on with it. And in the meantime, like we have been doing, focus with the players that are here. They're giving absolutely everything, which has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed pre-season. Everyone's worked really hard, and we'll move forward in the best way possible. And that's what we're doing at this moment in time. It's what we've been doing all the way through. And hopefully we get to strengthen the squad soon, and that's what we're focused on. But of course we've got an important match tomorrow. That's the most important bit, and making sure that we go onto that pitch and start our season well.
One signing so far, Christian Pedersen. What does he add to your team?
He adds a lot, in terms of, I think, our fans and the people that have seen him play already in pre-season see exactly what he can bring to us. Youthful, athleticism, and again, I think this step to Birmingham and into the Championship is the right step for him. That's what we spoke about when he came here, and he sees it as a really big challenge for him, and one he's really looking forward to along with all the others. So he's fitted into the group fantastically well. He's part of the furniture in that group already, so that's good. That's the type of group we have, the spirit that we have, and harnessing that ready for the season. So I'm sure that he's going to do exceptionally well like everyone else.
What have things been like for him? Because obviously his situation was only really resolved properly yesterday.
Again, the focus has been fantastic, on the work that we've been doing. Players, myself, staff manager, our focus has been on the football, and we haven't allowed anything to distract us from that, and that's including Christian and everyone. So, of course, it's great that it's all official and he's registered. That's great news for us, but we haven't lost any focus. If I'm honest with you, we haven't even had it as a distraction. If I'm honest, everyone's worked incredibly hard, focused, and getting ready for this game tomorrow and the rest of the season.
So very focused and ready. But in terms of yourself, has this been your most difficult period as a manager?
Every moment's difficult for a manager, no matter what you face. But no, again, I haven't lost focus at all. I'm very committed with this group, very committed with our fans. love being at this club. It's been fantastic. The way that they've been with me and my staff, and that's from the players and our fans and everyone at the club. So, just enjoying it and trying to make sure that these players are ready. That's the most important bit. So, as a manager, you deal with all sorts of situations on any given day, any given moment. So, it's just another situation I have to deal with and make the best of it.
How competitive do you see the Championship this season?
Hugely. I think it's getting stronger and stronger year upon year, and not only the teams that are coming down, but the teams that come up as well. If you look at the teams that come up this season, they're not small clubs, they're not uncompetitive clubs, they're big clubs as well, so it makes it even more competitive. But it's one we're looking forward to. We know how hard the challenge is ahead of us. We all know how to be realistic of what we face. But what I do know is I said it, and I'll keep saying it because it's most important, is these players are 100% committed. Our fans will see that. I said it at the end of last season, that was the most important bit the fans needed to see, and our players responded to that. And then they saw the effects of that, how strong our support was for home and away, how many numbers came, how the numbers grew in the stadium home and away, and how vocal and passionate they were behind the team. And that's what we need. We need that. And I'm sure our fans are going to be there every single moment, every single game, and they'll give us that support and they'll reciprocate that from our players, and that's what we want.
Given what you've been through and the struggles you've faced, what have got to be the realistic ambitions? Is it purely a matter of surviving, or can you aim beyond that?
No, look, it's not about setting the target or whatever it is. I think everyone's fully aware of the conditions that we're under and what we face, and we just talked about it, the Championship on a normal situation anyway, and then obviously with the conditions that we face. So realistic-wise, I can't set what we're going to be, but I think just trying to get this club, and I kind of, with all of this going on, I just kind of look at my position is, my job is to lead these players, the staff, the club and our fans through any adversity that we face. And okay, we're facing adversity at the moment, so I look at my job and my role to try and help lead us through that and onto better and brighter days for this club, which it deserves. So you meet the challenge head on, and where that will take us, who knows? These players are capable of anything that they want to achieve. What we have to do is put the hard work there and meet the challenge head on, and we did that at the end of last season. It showed what we can do. It showed against really good oppositions what they can do and the performances they can reach. So we have to try and fight for that, but understanding how difficult it is.
Clubs having to go through this situation, do you think that it's only going to get worse, that there are going to be more clubs that face it, with financial fair play, etc.?
Who knows? Look, at the end of the day, it's there for a reason, and it's there to try and help the clubs, and we have to respect that. And it's not, if I'm honest, that's more for the club side of it to answer that. It's not really for me much. I'm focused on the football and these, but of course, then when situations like what's happened to us affect what you can do in terms of the squad and stuff like that, of course you have to pay attention to it. But the club have been working really closely with the EFL. Obviously they've worked hard with me in understanding the situation and what we can and can't do, and what obviously the news only came through the other day, so obviously then having a clear plan of what we can do. But of course it's vitally important. It's there to help the clubs, so we try and respect it and work with the EFL to make sure that clubs or ourselves, we can get out of these type of situations. We've still got a long way to go, and there's still things that further along the line that we need to meet to satisfy those rules, but every club has the same. So I think you just have to understand it's there to help the clubs, and we have to respect that.
Can you still get excited about this season? Are you still looking forward to being there on the touchline against Norwich opening game of the season? It's the
best feeling. I love it. I love football. I love working with this group of players. Being at this club, the support I've had since I've come in, and me and my staff and the players from our fans has been fantastic. Living in and around the city, meeting fans every single day, seeing the passion, that's what it's all about. That's the bit that makes you get up in the morning and drive in and do the work that you got to do. So now looking forward to it. St Andrews as well, our first game. I saw what it was at the end of the season against Fulham. That's what I want, St Andrews, every single game that we got, and I know our fans will give us that, and in a way we've seen what we can do as well with the games that we played like a Bolton, so I have no doubt our fans are going to be fully behind our players and give everything they got as well.
We've seen what happened at Villa this summer, the difficulties they went through, and suddenly the future looking much brighter for them. Do you look on at that with envy, or hope that the same can happen here, that suddenly something can change?
No, it's just about moving on. I'm not focused on anyone else. I only care about this club and these players, and we move on. Meet the challenge head on and do the best we can with it, and try and make our fans proud on our performances, and that's what we need to do. That's the only thing that we focused on, if I'm honest with you, and that's what's been so pleasing about pre-season, with everything going on in and around outside of the club, the noise. We've switched that noise off and been focused, and the players have been fantastic, and that's what we want for the rest of the season, and look forward to it. It's great. It's football. We love it, and let's have a good season.
And of the players you've got here, how's the team looking for this game? Have you got injury problems?
No injury problems. All the players that I said, they've been fit. Well, of course, you pick up some niggles throughout pre-season. But in terms of injuries, the only one's Isaac, but that's a long-term one, and he's obviously, everyone's known, we're actually looking really forward to him. It should be another 2 or 3 weeks, and he'll be back out on the pitches, the green grass, which I know he's looking forward to, and that'll be like having a new player in itself. So we're looking forward to that, and he's still got a little bit to go and a couple small hurdles to overcome before we can do that, and we're hoping he passes that and then ready to join in. He'll still need a period after that to get used to being out on the training and the regular, how regular the training is, and get conditioned to that. But looking forward to having him back.
Gavin, there seems to be a big emphasis on fitness and conditioning this pre-season. Will we see a fitter group of players to start this campaign?
I hope so. That's been part of the plan in pre-season. Yeah, you have to. The league's probably the most physically demanding league in the world, so you have to prepare for that. And as well as the football side of it and everything else, you have to prepare physically. So we've, of course, worked the players very, very hard, but always very specific to what we need to do and how we're going to play and approach it. But if I'm honest, the players have rose to that challenge, and they understand as well that they need that, and they need to go through some pain at certain moments in pre-season to make sure that they're ready for the season and condition, not just for this first game, but for all part of the plan is to condition them throughout the season, and part of that physical side of it is important. So we've done that work, and then we continue that work throughout the season.
Conor Trueman's featured regularly during the summer. How impressed have you been, and how much faith have you got in him as a young goalkeeper?
I said it before, we think a lot of Conor here. He's got big potential. He's very young, but he's handled everything in his stride. He's done exceptionally well through pre-season, and like I said, we think a lot of him. And of course, it's an area that we need to strengthen. I've said that from the very start, but I'm very happy with Conor. He's done exceptionally well, and he's a good part of the group. And the manager's obviously had that time now to keep imprinting his ideas through last season, and now through a pre-season as well. So you can see what he's trying to do, and they're a good side. They've got some big dangers, and they'll be a threat like every team's going to be. What we have to do is be right on our game, and especially at St Andrews, and how we start. But it's a long season. It's not just about this game on Saturday. It's about 46 games, and it's a long season. We have to try and fight for that consistency this season, which we'll be looking to try and do.
On that now, what should the expectations of Blues fans be?
Well, like I said, I've just said it before in the last questions, is with everything that's gone on, the conditions that we face going forward at this moment in time has made, of course, things a lot harder than we envisaged, and I'm going to do the best I can to try and help strengthen that squad. But the realistic side of it is it's a tough league, it's a hard league. With those conditions, it makes it even harder, but we'll stick together for sure. We'll work hard, and we'll give everything that we have, and where that can take us, well, we'll see.